Hello friends, I'm Rishwe George and I'm going to discuss about the program. And the aim of this program is to create a class by name students, and this program should contain all the details about that student, like the student name, registration number, department, specialization, semester, and it should also contain the subject details like subject name, subject code, marks, grade, and we have to calculate the grade for every subject based on the marks obtained by the student. And we have to also, it should be like a menu driven program where we can add, edit, and we have to display the grades of the students. Now let's see the code. So we'll begin with the header files like iostream and string, which are basically used for the cout and cin statements, and string for string as we are using here. Then we have using namespace std, and then we have the class by the name of student, and inside this class we have declared all these members attributes by private, and it cannot be accessed from outside the class. And here we have string registration number, char name, and int semester number, char department, and marks 1, marks 2, marks 3, marks 4, similarly to grade 1, grade 2 for all the subjects. And then we have public, and inside this public we have the constructor. Constructor is a part of that member function, and it gets executed when the objects of that class get executed. It doesn't have a return type. And again here we have a function by name of void getter, and inside this function we have the statements like cout enter the name of the student, and then the user has to give the name, the registration number, the department, the semester number, all this the user has to give. And then we have here the marks for the mathematics, digital electronics, object oriented C++, and data structure and operating system. All, as you can see here, is dynamic initialization, and the user has to give the values here. Then we have another function by the name of void display, which will be used to display all the values here. Here we used getter to get all the values from the user, and display will be used for displaying all the values. And here we can show that the name of the student is name, which the user will enter, and all the details like registration number, reg number, department, semester number, sem number. And here inside this, after that we have if else ladder, and in this if else ladder we have if marks 1 here represents the marks for this mathematics, and every subject has its own marks, like marks 1 for mathematics, marks 2 for digital electronics, marks 3 for C++, and marks 4 for data structure, and marks 5 for operating system. And here we have marks 1 if greater than or equal to 95, the grade will be O, grade 1 is equals to marks 1, and if marks 1 is greater than or equals to 95, grade 1 is equals to O. Else if marks 1 greater than or equals to 85, and here assignment operator, marks 1 less than 95, grade is equals to S. Similarly for the subject for maths, that is marks 1, we have given all the conditions that if marks is greater than or equal to 50 and marks 1 less than 75, then grade will be B. And the last case is else, if it is less than 50 also, then the grade will be 1 F. For every number less than 50, the grade will show F. And for every other subjects also we are showing like this, like marks 2, grade 2 is equals to S, marks 2 A, marks 2 B. For every subject we have given here marks 3 for C++, and see the if else ladder for every subject. Grade for if marks 5 less than 95, grade 5 equals to O, else it's a long if else ladder. Then we have the cout statements, and here we have used tab spaces for making it look little standard and for aesthetic view also. And then we have cout statement for mathematical transformation, tab spaces, marks 1 as it will get from the user, and the grade 1 everything, the grade will be printed according to the marks calculated. For every subject we have given here marks and grades. Then we have the string search registration number, another function, and inside this the function we have returning the value of registration number. And then we have void edit, another function which will be used to edit the following. If the user wants to re-enter the value for any subjects, then we will use this function, through this function. And inside this also we are giving cout re-enter the marks of mathematics, marks 1, marks 2, digital electronics, C++, data structure, and OS. For every subject we have given the same details. Inside this function we have given it. Then here starts our execution, that is the main from which the execution starts and ends. And then the class name, and we can say the class variable s. For the class we have the class student and we have given it as s. Then we have another two variables, ch and n. Here ch is our choice for the switch case, as we can see here, and n we will see now. And another variable also r by the name of string. And then we have a do while here, do while loop here, looping statements. Then inside this do while we have cout, press 1 to add, press 2 to edit, and press 3 for display, and press 4 for exit. Then we can see that cin ch here can be set the choice the user enters. And inside this we have the switch cases, switch, choice, case 1, it goes under this case. And for adding we will see, for adding we will show the user enter the total number of students, and then it depends on the user to enter how many students he wants, and we'll give it as n. Then we have inside this a for loop. For loop we have declared another variable j of data type int, and it will start from 1 and it will go up to the number of student the user entered, and it will be incremented till that. And then we have s.j, that is the class variable, and this dot operator and the getup function. Through this variable we are calling that getup function, and inside this getup function, as we can see, all the details are there, all the details like enter the name of the student. Through that function we are calling all the details, and after that we are breaking here to terminate the program. And then we have the case 2, cout enter the registration number whose data is to be edited, and cin r is for that one, as we said r is declared for that one. And then inside this also we have a for loop for int k, another variable here declared, k is equals to 1, k less than or equals to n, the number of students entered by the user, k plus plus. And if the r is equals to s of k, the variable name of k, then the dot operator search registration number, that is it will call this function. And inside this we have the return registration number, and here we have all the values again to enter the values, like re-enter the marks for mathematics and every subject. And here we will re-enter, so you can see here, and here again that variable name dot edit for calling that function edit. Inside that edit function we have all these details. Through that variable we are calling this function also. And then we have else. Inside this, if the user gives a wrong registration number, it will show sorry, wrong input, and then it will terminate there. And then we have the case 3 for displaying the details. And in this also we have a for loop here for another variable l is equals to 1, and 1 will be less than or equals to the number of students entered, that is n, and l plus plus, and s of l dot display will display all the details that is entered by the user. And this, as you can see here is the display function, and inside this all the details are there, all the if else ladder and all the details, marks, oriented, and everything, C++, and cout in then we have case 4, and then we have the default. Case 4 is for the exit, and then we have the default. If the user gives any other number than 1 to 4, we will give invalid choice. And here the loop terminates, that is while choice is not equals to 4, return 0, and the program ends. Now let's run the program. So we can see the output here, press 1 to add student, press 2 for edit marks, press 3 for display, and press 4 for exit. So we'll go for 1, enter the total number of students, we'll go for 2 students, enter the name of student, we'll give as Kevin, and then we have the registration number, we'll give as 269, the department as CSC, semester number we'll give as 3rd, and marks for mathematics like 89, 87, let's take 611. C++ 78, structure 89, operating system 70. and enter the name of the student. This is for the other student, and we'll go for Rahul. Station number if 270, department as CSC, semester number 3rd, marks will be as 56, 78, 70, and we will see 3 to display. So we can see for name of student Kevin, registration 269, department CSC, semester 3rd, and here are the marks for every subject, and from these marks we have calculated and shown grade here, and also for the other student, that is Rahul, and all his details and marks and grades. Now we'll try to edit the marks, so we'll go for option second to enter the registration number. We'll see the registration number of Rahul, that is 270, so we'll edit that one, 270. Re-enter the marks for mathematics. So here we got 56, we'll take it to grade S, I think. So 88, 56, 97, 95. So we'll again display this. So you can see the grades have changed for Rahul here. The marks have changed, 88, 56. Previously it was different one, and now it has changed. And this is all about it. Thank you.